This is Shane Dyer for Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I am delighted to be joined by British heavyweight Nathan Gorman. How are you, Nathan?
Very well, mate. How are you?
And I am very well, thank you very much, mate. Saturday will be your first fight during the pandemic, so you would have been down in London for the whole week. How has your first experience in the bubble been for you?
Very different. Obviously, I'm used to coming down and, you can do like walk up and down and do things. So the minute you come here, you're tested, sent to your room. You can't really do much after that until obviously you get your results. So, which is obviously a very good thing because it's safe and it's good. It's good protocol, to be fair. But yeah, it's different, mate.
Well, I say this is your first fight during the pandemic. It's actually will be your first fight in around 16 months. How has that long duration out of the ring been for you?
At first, obviously, when I got beat, I had me lows because obviously no one wants to get beat, do they? But then I accepted it, took on the chin. Then I got back into the gym. So it's been up and down really because I was due to fight in May on Josh Taylor's undercard in Glasgow. Then obviously the shit hit the fan with the COVID. No one obviously expected it with the lockdown and stuff. So it put it didn't just put boxing on hold, put the full world on hold for 6 months. But we're here now. We're on fight week and we got 2 more sleeps.
And during that period, you have made changes to your team. So Ricky Hatton has now been replaced with Nathan Clark. What made you feel you need to make that change?
Yeah, I'm with Nathan Clark and Lyndon Newbon from Stoke. So I just needed a change, mate. I was travelling. It was taking me 3.5 hours a day of travelling back and forth to Manchester, and I think you need a change once in a while. And obviously, it was in my head for a couple of months. And when I obviously had the meeting with Ricky totally understood. He's still my friend anyway, which he's like that anyway. He's a top fella, friend of mine and my family's. But I just needed a change. I needed to get close to home and be around what I started with.
Is you said that Ricky was fully understandable about the situation, which you can see that would be the case. Does Ricky still give you advice? Is he still there if you need to chat with him?
Oh yeah, if I rung Ricky now, he'd still pick up the phone and have a chat to me. Yeah, definitely, 100%.
So on Saturday, your opponent will be Ghanaian Richard Lartey. Boxing fans will remember Lartey from last year when he took on Dubois. A fiery opponent, to say the least.
Definitely very colourful. Colourful character, isn't he? Orange beard.
Considering you've been out the ring so long, I think you'd been forgiven if you came back to either a 6-rounder or an 8-rounder. So what made you feel as if Lartey was the best opponent for you?
Well, like you said, I could have been offered a 6 or 8-rounder, but I thought to myself, what's the point? If I fought someone, no disrespect to, the usual 6 or 8-rounder, and I blow him away in a round, what earthly benefits been my 16 months to get a minute's work out of? So I thought if I fight someone, obviously like Lartey, it's a Commonwealth title eliminator, it's 10 rounds. You know he's going to come for a fight. People know him. He's a tough competitor, and it's a good fight. It's if I'm not on my A game, who knows what could happen? Do you know what I mean? He's a tough man. He's game. He can fight. He's strong. So these are the fights I want. I don't want to be known for a person what doesn't fight no one. I want to fight anyone I can. Whoever they put to me, I'll fight.
And we saw from that fight that Lartey, if you give him the chance, he will let his hands go. So is that
definitely.
the Lartey that you've been preparing for?
Oh, 100%. I prepared for the best Richard Lartey possible.
How has this preparation been as a whole with the lockdown restrictions in place?
It's been good. Obviously, with lockdowns and things in place, you have to do the best you've got. So I've been training really hard. I've been sparring. Everything still remains the same. It's just, like you say, you can't have all the lads in the gym with you and things. There's only a certain few in the gym. So it's just me and the trainers, really. It's weird, but it has to be done.
What's more important from you out of this fight? You're going to be looking for the big KO, or would you rather get the rounds under your belt?
Obviously, if the knockout's there, mate, I'm going to go for it. I've trained for that. But on the other hand, a win's a win. But if the knockout's there, if it comes in the first round or it comes in the 10th round, I'm going to take it.
And when you put into consideration what has happened to you in the last 16 to 18 months, you're coming off that loss from Daniel Dubois. You've made the changes to your team, and the long duration you've had off. Would you say we're going to look at a brand new Nathan Gorman this Saturday?
Yeah, hopefully that's the idea anyway. That's what I want this Saturday. Hopefully I've put on a good performance against Lartey and do the job on him, hopefully. Then we can push on them for titles. But that's the idea, mate, yeah.
And keeping with Dubois, it's just been announced by Queensbury Promotions that he'll be taking on another fellow that you know very well in Dubois-Joyce on November the 28th. It's also been announced it's not going to be on pay-per-view. It's just going to be on BT Sports subscription. What are your thoughts on that fight, and who do you see winning that?
It's a good fight. It's a proper 50-50 fight. You've got under 6, I'd favour Daniel. Over 6, Joyce's experience and his engine and his peer pressure, because he's heavy-handed in both hands, but he keeps it up stainlessly. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over 6. So it's a real good 50-50 fight. A lot of people are writing Joe off, but I can't see why, because he's a good fighter, very good fighter. So is Daniel.
And lastly, before I let you go, Nathan, next weekend there's another massive fight in boxing. It's a massive lightweight clash between Vasily Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. Is that a fight that you're interested in? How do you see that fight going?
Yeah, I think Lomachenko will beat him. In my opinion, I think Lomachenko's probably in the pound for pound list now, isn't he? Probably number 1. He's unreal. His footwork, he's got everything all about him. He's a full package, isn't he? So I would suspect, obviously, you never know what happens in boxing because that makes it so exciting, but I suspect Lomachenko will beat him hands down.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Nathan. You are my very first interview for Boxing Social, so thank you for
that.
There
you go then.
No and I wish you all the best on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Cheers mate.